Hello and welcome to Limitless, the show that brings you love and inspiration on a Saturday morning. And today we have an amazing guest. Bazil Meade will be on the show in the next few minutes. And of course, he, as you already know, is the founder of the London Community Gospel Choir, otherwise known as LCGC. And of course, he was born in Montserrat, but he lives in London in this UK, our very UK talent. Bazil Meade will be joining us. And of course, he is the multi-talented, musicianship with piano, vocals, choir director, all of that under his belt. So we have a lot to look forward to. Stay tuned. But for now, let's listen to one of his tracks with LCGC titled, I Found the Answer. Enjoy.
There is no doubt in my mind. Jesus said,
Ah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I found the answer. And as usual, LCGC have done it again. So without further ado, let us invite Reverend Bazil Meade onto the show. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thank you, Marie. It's good to be here. Good to see you. You're looking very colorful, I might say.
Thank you, thank
Right.
you. And you're looking well today. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming on the show. It's always an honor, you know,
Mm.
to distinguish people and to keep that connection going. Now, I know that you have done so many things. Of course, one of your great achievements, LCGC, and you have this concert that's coming that should have been today, really, actually,
It
right?
should have been this evening, yes, but
Hmm.
we decided to honor the Queen and support her and her family at this time and move it back to the 22nd of May.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
very admirable. But you are doing something today. Can you tell us a bit about
we
that?
I'm actually at my office and studio already. So apart from waking me with the birds to do your interview, we're we're also having we're doing some filming today. We want to film a couple of songs that we'll put on social media as tributes to the Queen and her family as she lays
Yeah,
to rest her husband. Yeah, it's something that it's respectful, and I think it's right that we do that.
most definitely. Because I know that you have relations with the family. You're quite close with Prince Charles, aren't you?
Yeah, it goes back many years. Performed a number of times at his palace on various occasions, and he actually came and launched one of my projects in Hoxton some
Yes.
years ago called The People's Place, where we were looking after ex-offenders as they came out of prison. We would try to find them accommodation,
Yeah.
reconnect them with family, and just get them back into society. He
Yeah.
came and launched that project for me. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we've had ongoing connections down through the years.
Yes. I trust that would all go today will go well. And of course, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
that it's such
yeah.
the fact that you moved that show. I thought that was a really very honourable thing to do, and I suppose it's typical. This is you all over, very much. You know the way
Well,
you do.
yeah,
It's good.
yeah. It took a bit of discussion between me and the team who are
Mm.
organizing the event because a
Yeah.
lot of work has gone in. So we were deliberating, well, what is it? Will we lose momentum?
Yeah.
What's going to be happening? And then we've got to obviously be looking at the way we film what we're doing, the way we
Yeah.
interact with each other because of the COVID restrictions and so forth. So there are many things that we have to take into consideration, and
Mm.
realizing that the restrictions will be lifted even more as we
Yeah.
move into May, we thought, well, yeah, everything points to moving the
Yeah.
date from
That's right.
today's Saturday to later.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's good. Everything works in perfect timing anyway. You know, for those who are in
we
Christ Jesus.
we um we
Mm.
made that decision, and we're very happy that we've done that because so many of
Yeah.
the artists as well, the main artists that who are our guests on the show, got in touch and say, yeah, we agree, you've made the right decision there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're very happy with it.
Yeah. All things work perfectly to those who are in Christ Jesus. Most
Amen.
definitely. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
You
And
know that.
you actually have a long line of artists who are involved in this show, which will be on the 22nd of May.
And they're
Can
still coming. And they're still coming.
so um,
Yeah. We got like Paul Carrick, Beverly Knight, Maxi Priest,
yeah,
Roachford, Noel Robinson, Michelle John,
yeah.
Jermaine Douglas, London Community Gospel Choir.
Yes.
um, there are friends from like they've got the choir, the Sunshine Gospel Choir from Turin in Italy. We've got
Yeah.
Ramon from Barcelona
Mm.
and the Gospel Messengers.
Mm.
We've got our friends in Austria, the
Yeah.
Gospel Project. They're
Yeah.
dotted around Europe, and it's just wonderful to see my friends coming up. We've got my long-standing friends in Valencia in Italy. We started a gospel festival there about 15 years ago
Yeah.
with them, and they've sent a wonderful support message of support to us. So it's lovely to see all the seeds that we have been sowing around the planet coming back to support us, to show the extent of our reach and our work, and
Yeah,
we are worth saving. We're not just in this thing because we want to be stars or
yeah,
want to be famous. It's about doing real work,
yeah,
impacting the lives of people
yeah,
with our Christian message,
yeah,
but more so as well by connecting across the racial divide, which is causing so many issues across the planet at the moment.
yes,
I mean, that's another subject all in itself. But we're happy to be chipping away at
yes,
that demon of
yes,
separation and hate and racism that has just, my God, has caused such a terrible experience for me, for my choirs. We travel,
yeah,
but we're not afraid of it. It's good to take it in the face of the people, not aggressively, but showing them that until they get to know us, to speak to us, to share the emotion, because that's what it is for many people. They don't necessarily believe the message, they don't know about the message of faith, but
mm,
it's the human emotion of love and respect and togetherness presents an opportunity where they can see, oh my God, we're all the same. We are
yes,
all the same, basically. So yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity, and we absolutely love doing that.
yeah, yeah. I think it's great. And it's a great testament as well to the work that you've done all these years,
Mm,
continuously reflecting this love, continuously reflecting the passion to just get a message out there through
yeah,
fantastic music and dedicated people,
yeah.
and it shows. So I think without further ado, let us actually watch some of the people who have lined up, and you have quite a number, but we have a few here as well. Don Mascal, I think he was talking
Don
about.
Miguel,
Mm,
yeah,
So we're going to
wonderful
watch
guy,
that.
wonderful guy. Don, yeah.
Let's watch that.
Hi, Don Mescal here. Now, I'm assuming that most of you guys already know what a wonderfully talented group of people the London Community Gospel Choir are. You will, of course, have heard them either at their own concerts with their founding father, the incredibly talented Bazil Meade, or indeed singing with countless world-class artists over the years. Indeed, I've had the honour of working with them on a few occasions, and believe me, it's always such a joy. These times certainly are challenging for all of us, but without any government funding, it's particularly challenging for them to continue their amazing work. So here's where you come in. Please dig deep and support the London Community Gospel Choir, and by doing so, help them to continue to bring their music to people, not only here in the UK, but all over the world. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And you see, this is it, and there are quite a few others as well. I'm sure we won't even be able to exhaust the list of people that are,
Yeah,
in gratitude. But
I sent you a few. I sent you a few.
yeah, you did. And of course, when the concert does happen, we all get to see so many
Mm,
other people that are supporting, that come along, and all these great names that some of them you trained through the choir and some
mm,
you worked with and supported in different areas globally. So that should be a real feast to the eyes and ears when that time comes on the
mm,
22nd of May.
mm.
So tell us, how did you round everybody together? Because of course, this is put together to save LCGC, which we do need to talk about as well, how
Yeah.
times have changed and the issues that you're facing. So how did you get to round everybody together? Did you just come up with an idea and they all just happened to be on the same Zoom call, or
Yeah.
what?
Oh, it's a beautiful story because um, gone through the years of LCGC's journey, we've always had one or a few individuals who just fall in love with the choir
Yeah,
and support
yeah,
whatever we're doing. They're there. So
yeah,
there's a gentleman of Jewish faith who, again, it demonstrates how we can work together.
yeah,
Who came to the concert? I can't remember how we met, but he appeared and he would turn up at our concerts and he would get in touch with me and say how inspired he is. He loves what we do. He worked in the city in finances, so highly stressful jobs. And Jerry began coming into choir rehearsal in Islington on a Wednesday after a very stressful day
yeah,
at work and just slip into the rehearsal at the back, sat down, and just soaked up what he loved.
Yeah.
And he said that was therapy for me. He said, "You see me," and he just wave at me and disappear after a while.
Yeah.
And he said, "I just come to get my fix after a stressful day at my job. I just like to come in and just listen to you guys and just be bathed in the sound and the spirit of what you do." He would buy about 10, 15 tickets for our Royal Albert Hall shows and bring his workmates to come and see the choir. And that went on for years and years. He's now a retired man. And at the time I met him here, his daughter was 12 years old. And it so happens she's picked up the baton, and she's the one who's behind this fundraiser.
Yeah.
She knows, so because we would she would disappear. I wouldn't hear from her for years. She's now a married woman with 3 children.
Yeah.
And she got in touch with me last year, and we just kept in touch. And on one occasion, I shared with her our struggles with getting financial support through the government grants. We were just not getting anywhere with it. And she said, "Well, look, I belong to a group of women, mothers. We call the grounded mumas. Let me approach them, because we just put on an event, a virtual event. I don't even think it was a fundraiser, it was just a virtual event. I wonder if we could do a similar thing for you and help to bring awareness to your situation and raise some funds." And that was it. So she and her grounded mumas are the ones who are responsible for getting this off the ground. Really, just driving this thing, coming up with ideas. And they said to me, "Well, you've been around for over 40 years with this choir. You must know a lot of people. You have worked with many people. Let's see how many of those people you can reach out to, tell them about the situation, and see if you can get them on board to do whatever. Just send a message of support or a piece of music." And that's it. And that's what we've been doing. So I've been reaching out. I don't any moment. I know I will not get everybody that I reach out to. So sometimes
a lot so far. You've got quite a
I'm done.
quite a list.
I haven't done too badly, and we're still waiting to hear from a few more. Amazing! If they come through, my goodness.
My God. Any sneak sort of?
Well, just added BB Winans to the list this morning.
Whoa!
Yeah. BB's now on board. Absolutely wonderful. It's amazing. He just said, "Come on." We've known each other for years, actually. He used to come over, and we used to go to the gym and pump some iron together way back in the day. So we've lost contact. So it's a network. Donald Lawrence, BB. Yeah. It's all a network. So once you speak to one, then they can contact each other. And there's another really big name I'm waiting for as well. I won't break the ice. I won't give everything away.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I am getting excited. And with all these names, it looks like it's going to be a good few, like a day's event, a whole day maybe.
We initially thought, well, 45 minutes.
Oh no!
Minutes, and then it went to an hour, then an hour and a half. So I don't know where it's going to end up on the 22nd.
Guys, get ready to camp out. It's a festival.
Yeah, it's turning to be a festival.
This could be a new thing. It could be an annual event. I mean, it could be really
the
big.
seed has been sown. The seed has been sown. We need to run with it, because what will the new norm be? We don't know. So it looks like where much of the activities, certainly of the creative arts, is going to be. So we prefer being on stage with an audience in front of us. I'm telling you, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that, as you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll see where it goes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's listen to another song of yours that you did with Jocelyn Brown, amazing singer and amazing performance, called "Fill My Cup." So let's get ready to listen to that. Everyone sit back and relax and enjoy "Fill My Cup."
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jocelyn Brown!
Ah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know what I really liked when I was reading about your profile, about your ambition to bring the two fundamental aspects of your life, which is, you know, the faith and your music together and just shine a light to the world. And since then, of course, working with people like Madonna, Sting, Sir Paul McCartney, Brian May, Tina Turner, Diana Ross, Luther Vandross, Kylie Minogue, etc., etc. I mean, you really have shone that light. You really are that typical light of the world as such, city on a hill. Amazing. Are there any other things that you feel that you still need to do around that whole the faith and music that you still haven't done?
Yeah, I'd love to have a #1 hit for LCBN.
Amen.
That's always,
Amen.
yeah. Why not? Why not? You know,
Exactly.
the last time there was a song at the top of the hit parade with a gospel message was Edwin Hawkins' "Oh Happy Day" in the 1960s. "Oh Happy
Yeah,
Day" actually went to #1.
yeah.
So I would love to repeat that.
Mhm.
I don't know if there has been any other gospel, I mean, with proper gospel track that has made it up there, but that would be an amazing achievement for gospel music, for London Community Gospel Choir, but for gospel music.
Most
Someone
definitely.
else might beat us to it, but you never know. I think getting a gospel song up there would be amazing because it means that more people will hear it, and
Mm,
the we are pretty much unsung heroes when the music industry, the popular music industry,
yeah,
because we have loan contributed so much internationally to music,
yes.
as we
Most,
know most of the amazing singers that are celebrated by all cultures came
yeah.
from gospel choirs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
yeah.
you know, gospel the choirs are still being used as well in secular music, but then it's just used when needed and then shelved later on. Oh yeah, let's get a gospel choir for
Yeah,
this sound. But the
yeah,
reality, and this is what Jeremy had noticed, as to how much it actually refreshes. The music refreshes, renews, you know, that whole, you know, the spirit
yeah.
within the music really does bring life. And
Mhm.
so we all need that now. It's
Yeah,
really what the world needs right now after all of this
absolutely.
going
I
on.
mean, I've had so many messages to that fact. They say,
Mm,
you guys, you know, for you not to be here
mm,
it's ridiculous because you are what the world needs right now. The message you bring, the
mm,
spirit of your delivery, the energy and the humanity that comes with your presentation is what the world needs. The hope
yes,
that you talk about in your music. We all need it. Doesn't
yes,
matter what culture, what skin color you wear.
yeah,
We all need it because we're in this place. It's a limbo. We're
yes,
not sure what tomorrow is going to bring,
that's
what
right.
new changes are going to be imposed upon us. So
Mhm,
we need something to keep our minds. That's why there's so much difficulty, so many issues around mental issues at the moment. You know, we
right.
need this type of music, this type of upliftment that a gospel choir can bring to it, and music on a whole. But I think gospel choirs have something, yeah, that unique,
Yeah, yeah,
that uniqueness about their living because they're coming from a place of faith and
yeah.
and and selflessness. It's about reaching out to other human beings.
Right. And that how authentic, how more authentic is that
Yeah,
as far
yeah,
as
it's
going
real.
out, downloading the track, getting that to be #1, so that
Mm,
everybody, including the person who buys it, can really hear it and be blessed, you know?
yeah.
We have even people who are in secular music right at the pinnacle. You've got Jules Holland, which I'm
Mm.
going to play the video of in a few minutes, that are testifying of all of this. So let's listen to that and then we'll talk a bit more about this. So we've got a video with Jules Holland. Let's play that now. I can hear your choir auditioning in the background. Powerful, absolutely powerful. Have we got the Jules Holland video, the second video there?
I'm Jules Holland, and I'd like to tell you about some friends of mine that are very much in need of support at the moment. And that is the London Community Gospel Choir. This choir, started by the incredible Bazil Meade, supplies choirs often to my show, backing singers to some of the great singers of today. They nurture new talent, and they take the London Community Gospel Choir around the world, exporting our great music and our great singers. At the moment, they unfortunately don't have the government support they deserve, so they need all the help that they can get, and that's what we can give them. Please help support the incredible Bazil Meade, the great work that he does with the London Community Gospel Choir.
Wow. One thing I do really love about your music is it's so versatile. You really do have different kind of genres. Is that something that you did intentionally, or is it to do with like the whatever assignment you were giving at the time?
No, it's a deliberate thing.
Yeah.
Totally inspired by our American brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But I did not want to do copy. I
Mhm.
believe it's important for us to have our identity,
Yes.
so that when we sing, when we share, it's about our life. It's
Mm.
about the influences that we live in,
Mm.
not copying, because you always a terrible, you're always a second
Yeah.
rated artist when you do that. But when you create your own model, you own that model, and it's you. It speaks volumes about you, about your journey, about who you are, your culture.
Yeah.
Influences here we have strong. I mean, now the London Community Gospel Choir consists of probably more people from the African
Mm.
continent rather than
Mhm.
the Caribbean. And initially it was mainly Caribbean, but
Mm.
it has changed so much, and the cultural mix is much more interesting. So
Mm.
yeah, we set out to write our own music right from the word go. So when we had our debut concert, there were a number of original pieces there.
Mm.
So people began hearing, "Whoa, these guys they mean business," and,
Yes.
and people realized that we were not just there to regurgitate what our American brothers, amazing as they are, we could never be compete with them. We should never be compared with them. It's
Yeah.
different, and that's what I said to folk. It's a
Yeah.
different style of the same music. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing. And working with so many different artists of so many different genres of music, you learn
Mm.
how to incorporate. Music is such a universal language.
Yeah.
When you can blend different elements of it into and create something that is uniquely yours,
Yeah.
you're there. So we continue to develop that, and hopefully other British artists will recognize how important that is, because you are original when you write and create your own expression of music.
Yeah. And it's funky. That's a good thing about it. It's funky. It's
Absolutely,
danceable.
totally funky. We're known that. We're known for being that. I'm a funky player,
I was
and
gonna say that because that's the Mead experience that you released last year. That
yeah,
is just like ultimate funk there, and it's
yeah, yeah,
awesome. And you brought that signature, you brought that personality into it, which is like great. And it's quite unique because it's not the conventional choir sound. It's got a little bit of a to it,
yeah, yeah. Oh, I love the human voice. I love the choir sound. It's
Yeah,
amazing when you hear the voices come together with the emotion, the passion with which we sing. Because
yeah,
we,
yeah.
our inheritance is deep. It has a lot of pain in it. It also has a lot of celebration. So all that combined, when we sing, all that is being heard and experienced. And I mean, I'm on it. People know to use a different word, I am a bit of a tyrant when it
Mm,
comes to people retaining that in their delivery. People who
yes.
work with me, they know that I will keep them repeating one word until they get it right. And most of my singers who are now in the music industry will tell you that he was mad, he was crazy. He made us sing one line for a whole night at rehearsal until we got it right. Until we
That
got it
must have
right.
been that must have been what Jerry found appealing.
Yeah. but
Do
but
you know
when they
what?
got
I would like to have an interview with Jerry, actually. I want to
oh,
know.
it's probably so shy now. We've been trying to meet to have coffee and just catch up. I know that's going to be a whole day. It's going to be a long catch up. It's been a while. Yeah.
So, okay, now talking
Fabulous.
about struggles, because obviously you're very much about retaining these struggles and the pains and the emotion and just that's a delivery. You must be have had different kinds of struggles when you started. How has things changed? Obviously, you were pioneers back then. There wasn't a lot of stuff like what you were doing. In fact, I don't think there was anything. You guys brought that gospel feel to the UK, didn't you? Really, you're one of the
Yeah,
founders, and that ran with it. How have things changed in the industry in the UK gospel arena?
it has changed enormously.
Mm,
As you could well imagine, it was a major struggle,
yeah.
both from a religious perspective,
Mm,
from the organizational side, because the London Community Gospel Choir was made up of young people from different churches, many different churches. There were churches who would not necessarily come together for
yeah.
any worship as you would find today.
Also,
Um,
mm,
yeah, so yeah, it was complicated. I became a bit of an outcast
yeah.
because of that, because I was doing something that was innovative and different, something that hadn't been done. And whenever you introduce change in a situation that has continued as it has for many years, there
Mm,
will be reaction. So there was a reaction to me and the choir and all of that. But you know what? It was, I believe God had his hand in it. Certainly in my life, I walked out on a full-time job that I was doing at the time, which was called armature winding. I repaired industrial machinery. I
mm,
made transformers and did all the mechanical and electrical work. So I worked with my hands. I walked out from that job, having
mm.
just got married, started my family with a
Wow.
mortgage, but felt so compelled to leave that and to give my time to developing what became the London Community Gospel Choir. So
Mm,
there were many challenges. There were times when I didn't have any money to feed the family.
mm.
I struggled. People, I remember somebody saying to me one time, "Oh, this was after about 3 or 4 years. LCG says at this time, you should just give it up and go back to what you used to do."
Yeah.
I said, well, you might well feel the right to say that to me, but let me say this to you. You
Mm.
were not there when God placed this in my life.
Oh, wow.
This is my journey.
That's
This
right.
is my story.
That's
Thank
right.
you for your comment, but let me get on with what I see as my purpose in life.
Yes. And that's so important, isn't it? That's so
Absolutely.
important.
That's why I often say to people,
Anything you do will be
yeah,
tested. And you
yeah,
always have the commentators and the
yeah,
critiques and the
commentators,
and the
and there are
and
many
the
of them.
best, the best wish advisors.
There have been many of them.
With all
There have
best
been.
wishes
Yeah,
intended,
there have been.
but
But
you hold on. Yeah.
I've not given up. I'm still here. It's been difficult, and the family. I was dragging my children through Europe with me because my son Leon, who I'm now pushing into the main seat, so you will see more of the next generation. I've been very much into legacy.
Yeah.
That has been deeply cemented in my DNA as a person of color. I
Yes.
have seen it as my responsibility also to establish something that is not uh, fleeting, doesn't just come up for a few years, make a big noise and disappear. Because
Yes.
our community have that tendency, I've noticed. And
Mm.
please God, I've not wanted to have that reputation.
Yes.
So God has provided my son. He's been with me on the road from he was in his mom's belly. The I'm telling you, it's incredible. He was on tour with the choir when he was 2 years old in Scandinavia and Europe. We used to take them with us.
With you. Yes.
Yeah, and we were touring on a bus, not flying. We were on a coach. We would leave from Shoreditch in East London,
Mm.
travel I think up to Harwich or somewhere, take the ferry across to Europe, and we then through Holland, Germany, Sweden, Norway, and
My
back.
goodness.
things like that, some of the trips. So he's
Yeah.
been on the road. He's been in the business for a very, very long time. So please God, he's taking it now as his. He's taking up the baton, as we say, and he's running.
Made
And
the drum.
he's a drummer. He's
Yeah.
funkier than me, so watch out. He's funkier than.
No,
So
I
watch
know
out.
I've seen him. I've seen him in action.
Oh, he's
His
very, yeah,
performance is just so captivating. Your eyes go straight to him. Oh yeah, I've seen him.
very talented. Very
Very
talented in
talented.
many ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you mentioned change earlier on. You talked about so many changes, but actually, with this event that's coming up, we've all been trained to accept change now.
Mm.
In
You with
fact,
me?
yeah,
Yeah,
in the last year, the whole world
the conditioning has been there. Yeah,
trained to deal with change. It's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
like a cultural norm now at this present time.
Yeah.
Numerous changes, and we all flow with it. We're trying different things,
Well,
and
I don't know about all flowing with it. I don't know about flowing with it. I've
well,
been struggling with it.
reluctantly, maybe.
Yeah, I'm kicking and screaming, going. But yeah, I don't like my life to be disrupted and
Mm,
controlled the way it has been. But I
yeah,
recognize I'm a tiny digit in this whole picture. So
yeah,
I have to conform. I have
yeah,
to go with the flow, but still try to retain some originality.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, the conditioning has been happening,
yeah.
and if we want to live and have a decent level of life,
Mm, mm,
then yeah, there's going to be some bending and reshaping of what we do, how we do things, and so forth. So
mm,
it's very challenging. Some people take it more readily into their lifestyle, into their psyche, into their thinking. But
mm.
my programming is a little resistant to
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of the stuff that's going on. But
yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
Many are like you. Many are
Yeah,
like you. And,
yeah,
you said earlier on, you're just a tiny digit. You said obviously that's a very Christian humility.
mm,
There's a certain kind of training I see coming out at you. But the reality is, even as a digit, you
yeah,
are rippling big waves in
yeah. Thank you very
in the
much.
music industry. So yeah, I will say that you have made a great impact. Let's listen to Craig Hassel, and he talks about some of the things that you've done and just
Mm,
supports the cause. So
amazing.
Hello, my name is Craig Hassel. I'm the Chief Executive of the Royal Albert Hall. In fact, I'm at the Royal Albert Hall today, alone, but at the Royal Albert Hall nevertheless. And this is a shout out for the London Community Gospel Choir, a fantastic organisation. They performed here at the Royal Albert Hall for our Christmas season. They blew the roof off and brought the house down. They were fantastic. We had about 5,500 people having the time of their lives thanks to the LCGC, who are a great outfit, but they do more than just perform. They do a lot of really important work in the community and help charities and people across London. So this is my shout out to them and to you to say, please help them out. They're having a big event on the 17th of April, their evening of music celebration. It's going to be fantastic, but we need your help. So please help the choir by donating. And you go to the website. The website it's here on my list. It's just www.lcgc.org.uk, or Just Giving will work as well. Please give as little or as much as you can. Every donation is appreciated, and it's a great cause. This choir is one of the best in the country, one of the best in the world. And come and see them again in action here at the Royal Albert Hall. Thank you very much. All the best.
awesome. And of course, the event is no longer on the 17th, which was today. It's now going to be on the 22nd of May. It's been moved to 22nd of May. All people who are out there that want to join, and I do urge you that this is a once in a lifetime event, which could continue, but there's always this thing of knowing that you were one of the first. Do make sure that you log on to www.lcgc.org.uk and make sure that you also go onto their Just Giving page and donate and donate and donate. When we have amazing cultural movers and shakers, we need to support them. We need to definitely support them. We have another flyer like this with a list of all the different names of the people who are taking part. And I really urge you to make sure that you you support, and you go and you turn up and you're part of it. So they've moved it to the 22nd of May. And so it's going to be a real life transforming experience. We've got another flyer there with a list of names. Let's see if we can put that on the screen as well while we're waiting for Bazil to come back on again. See if we've got that. Oh, you're back. You're back.
Yeah. I thought what the problem was there. So I've moved so that we can have better coverage. Is that okay? Yeah.
Well, that's fine. We've got a list. That's it there. So there you see, we've got a list of all the different people who will be taking part. Donald Lawrence, Beverly Knight, Maxie Priest, Paul Carrick, Andrew Rutchford, Noel Robinson, Michelle John, Jermaine Douglas, Jodie Abacus, Alice Russell, Big Sing, Sunshine Gospel Choir, and much more on the 22nd of May. The new timing on the 22nd. Of course, watch out for the event, the memorial service today, where you will be also hearing LCGC performing, which they are now currently at the moment rehearsing. You heard them in the background. Bazil, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and we can see you as well. So tell us, what are the issues that you're facing at the moment so that we can really get people to understand why you need this support?
Well, we haven't been able to perform for 12 to 15 months. Yeah. We're accustomed supporting ourselves by the performances. This has not been possible, obviously, because of COVID. One of the things, obviously, we're aware of that the government has been giving pockets of money to support business, creative people as well. We've just not been successful. We've had practically nothing coming back at us for 15 months. As I repetitively say, I do not run the choir. It is a business. It's a full-time. The singers are paid for work, and I got a building, a mortgage building, got a recording studio downstairs. We finance that through our work. We have not been able to do it, and the grants have not been friendly to us. So it could not be. I'm not blaming them totally. It could be the fact that we have never done this before. So we're thinking that what we are, the projects that we're putting on the paper are good enough to be supported, to show that we're not trying to get handouts. We will be working with the government stipulations to get funding, but we haven't received, so we cannot continue. Things are reopening as we see. The COVID restrictions are being lifted. And so what we're saying basically, if we do not get any support in this period, particularly this period now, we will not be around for when we are able to work. And that doesn't look like being any time soon before autumn into winter. So you've still got about 6 months before anything might happen. It's uncertainty. We cannot survive without earning. So if the public, our public, who would have seen us, been with us, we've sung to you, performed to you in weddings, in corporate events, in schools, or workshops, on TV, in nightclubs, in festivals. Those people who have seen us know what we bring to the table. If you can reach out and give us a little bit of your resources that help us to survive,
yes,
that is what this event is about. That is what is. We just want to be able to pay our bills so we can get back to working and supporting ourselves.
Yes, wonderful. And I think it's something that will definitely resonate with the public, the mass public out there.
I hope so.
We know already that you're doing and how you're contributing. You know, one plants, one waters, but God gives the
rain. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's definitely something that's needed.
Yeah,
most definitely. You know.
Yeah.
So people out there, you've heard. So how can people actually connect with you for this project and for future, as well as how do they get to donate?
There's the LCGC website, which is the main door that leads to. I think the concert will be shown on YouTube. I think Facebook as well. But everything goes through the LCGC website, which is lcgc.org.uk. London Community Gospel Choir.org.uk. Yeah. And donate there. You will then have access to the link to watch the show on the 22nd of May. 6 p.m. in the evening is the time we've set it for. And we've had one additional message from Lamar supporting, because we've worked with Lamar so many times as one of the friends of the choir. So the guys are sending their messages of support. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's really wonderful to see how people remember us supporting them during their journey as artists. They're looking back and giving us some support in this time of need.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. I know that the floodgates, the financial need that you have will be met. I believe that, and I know that when people log on, they will be so blessed because of all that you've said so far. It's getting me quite excited. I cannot wait to watch this event. I believe it's going to be a real pivotal moment in this year, and it's something that's well worth putting in your diaries for all those who are out there. Thank you so very much. So they should basically go to www.lcgc.org.uk.
Yeah.
Giving as well, they can give through that stream as well.
Yeah. And of course, we're on Instagram, LCGC Official, Facebook, Twitter, LCGC Tweets. And they could also get information from my personal Instagram. And there is also a Bazil Meade website, would you believe? Yeah, bazilmeade.co.uk.
Bazilmeade.co.uk.
Yeah.
Okay, so brilliant.
There's that also. But yes, there's a lot of it, and we will be doing a lot more on social media for the next few weeks leading up to the 22nd of May.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we've come to the end of the show now.
Already?
Yeah, time flies.
That is really quick.
Are there any last things that you'd like to say to the audience? I can give you some time. You can just face the camera and you can just speak to them directly. Yeah. Would you like to do that?
I'm thanking Maria and the Limitless TV for the opportunity to present the LCGC's case to you. It's something that we thought hard about, but realized that we should not feel that we are too proud to reach out and ask for help when it is needed. And that is what this is about. The journey has never been about making ourselves or becoming stars or showing how amazing we are at singing. It's never been about that. It's impacting people's lives, whether they're from the United Kingdom or from Morocco or Japan or Russia, or just some of the places that we have carried our message. We're very proud to be called the London Community Gospel Choir, representing the United Kingdom. We're often mistaken for an American choir, but we remind people of the name, and that normally gets the message home. So we fly the flag very proudly. We have been invited on a number of occasions to different countries by the British ambassadors that are representing the country. And so we take it very seriously, and we hope that you will see how valuable the choir's work has been and continues to be, and give us your love. Show us your support on the 22nd of May, a live virtual fundraising. There's a GoFundMe page, I think, I think that's the name of it. Again, through the LCGC's website, www.lcgc.org.uk, LCGC Official Instagram, there's Facebook as well, and LCGC Tweets on the Twitter account. See you on the 22nd, or I'm sure you will see me during the next few weeks, as I will be doing quite a bit of this. You'll be seeing my face. You have to put up with it. I hope you don't throw darts or rotten eggs at it. See you guys. Bless you. Love you lots.
See you. Thank you so much for coming.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you again soon.
Love you. Bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so you've heard Reverend Bazil Meade speak about this amazing, momentous event that's coming on, the live virtual, once in a lifetime event. Make sure that you log on, make sure you go to their website and support them in as many ways as you can, and just be blessed. Make sure that you join on the 22nd of May. Join in, watch, take part, be included in this beautiful community. And as they bless you, you bless them. That's what life is really all about. It's give and take. We share together. You know, we're all one. So let's make sure that we support in as many ways as we can and keep this legacy going. Okay. I'm Maria Bond, as you know, and we've come to the end of the show. Sadly, we've got another show starting at 11:30, so make sure that you log in. We have an amazing speaker. Cara will be coming on and speaking to us about just how do we transform our lives. She's a transformational coach, and she's got loads of nuggets for you. So make sure you log in at 11:30. And until then, goodbye and God bless.